for you, 3, 4, who knows, maybe only 2. I'm just sending this to Twitch, and then I'm going to send it from Twitch over to YouTube that way and be kind of cheese and cheap because I don't feel like actually recording it and uploading it. So forgive me for the quality, but anyway, I want to give you guys a few quick tips. First off, if you stream in 21:9 instead of 16:9 or what have you, I went back and forth on that and had a few issues finding the exact aspect ratio I wanted, made little notes to it, so on and so forth. Anyway, I was just testing it out. Let me switch over to display capture real quick. So you can see here's 1690, 720, 1704, 720, 1706, 720. And then I was also going to do a 1680, 720, but this 1706 by 720, when I go back, watch this, put it in full screen, take a window on the edge of this monitor, using 2 monitors, doesn't matter, and then kind of measure, like, what's there. It's, I don't know, about half of a millimeter or something of that part of the screen that's not used, so I think that's pretty dead on. You know, I can mess with it a little bit more, maybe 1707, 1708, whatever, but if you're going to stream a 21:9 video to Twitch or whatnot from your games and everything, if you're using 2560 by 1080 or 3440 by 1440, a lot of times you have to downscale it. I would say to just go ahead and use this 1706. When you go over here, go into File, Settings, then you got down here your output right here, have this as it, and go ahead and do it to your video as well for what it's worth. And yeah, that should hopefully help you out there. If not, then I don't know. Maybe you're not using 21:9 and you don't need it. But that would be the first tip. I'm trying to keep my mind together here and try to remember what the other tips were. Okay, so second off, I use 21:9 generally, but sometimes I want to do 16:9, and I kept going in there and changing it and whatnot, and it was getting kind of annoying. So if you go here to Profile, I actually can't show you right now because it's grayed out, and I guess I could use a different recording software or something to show you guys this, but basically you have scene selection, which goes down here and changes your groups of scenes. So let's say you want something different for PUBG versus Overwatch and whatnot, and you don't want all the scenes loaded up down there. You would use scene selection for that. Profile gives you different base settings. So you can go in here to Profile, and it's kind of like the same as scene. You got new, duplicate, rename, remove, import, export. I mean, I could even export mine and somebody can download them if they want, but settings are going to be a little different for one computer to the next, and there's plenty of videos on how to set them up, you know, if you need to do that. Anyhow, go in here to Profile, either duplicate it or just create a whole new one, and then set that to 16:9 aspect ratio and have your scenes, you know, in the same. That way you can quickly switch, because there's going to be certain games you play. Like, the other day I was playing Castlevania, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, certain games aren't going to play well with 21:9 aspect ratio, or you're just going to want to play them in 16:9. I prefer to have my audience look at the game the same way I look at it. That's me. So, if you have to switch in between 16:9 and 21:9, use profiles for it. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than going back and forth and changing it all the time. I have no idea why I put myself through that stress instead of being like, oh, you know, I knew it was probably profiles or scene collection, but I was too lazy to really look into that. Anyway, what was that? 2, 3? Who knows? Let's move on. So, next off, we have the mic audio, and if you watch, when I stop talking, it completely zeroed out. I start talking, it comes back up. And I mean, there's a little background noise and stuff here as well. I do have another noise gate on, and I have like a mixer down here, and my audio goes through all sorts of mumbo jumbo, and it's probably not perfect. I know it's bad somewhere. Also, what I like to hear and what my friends say sounds better are two totally different things. Anyway, let's get to the point. I have a, what was that, 7, 8, I don't know, in between 7 to 9 or so foot away. is the air conditioner in there. It's not overly loud, but it's loud enough. I don't know if you can hear it now or if you can't, but when I stop talking, it's not picked up. Nothing's really picked up. Now, I put this out here because a friend of mine was streaming, and while they're streaming, I can hear the background noise over there, like the fuzz and everything else. And to me, it was bothersome. To other people, maybe not. But I wanted to put this out and see if it helps anyone. Also, like, my desktop audio is down. Because personally, I would rather people hear what I'm saying, you know. I think this is good volumes. I don't know. I'll have to go play around with it and test it out some more. But basically what I wanted to go over is this. So if you go into here and go to your filters, you have noise gate. This is the default for noise gate. Well, you don't have noise gate. I have noise gate. I'll show you how to get in 2 seconds. Go down here, and you have several settings. I mean, you can probably find other ones and use like plugins and whatnot, and that way you can have, I don't know, change your voice if you want, you know, and have different mic setups for that. We're not going into that right now. Anyway, if you just click on noise gate, it'll come up like this. You can add in your noise gate, and this is the settings for it. So you have closed threshold and open threshold. What happens here, these are default. I left them at default. They seem to work fine for me. Once again, I'll stop talking. Watch the bar down there. It says mic/aux. Boom, it's gone. I start talking. Boom, it's back. You know, and I messed with it a little bit, tinkered with it. I'm like, oh, this is a little better. This is a little finer. I don't know. In the end, I didn't have to. So I'm like, why am I doing this? I might just make things worse. That's good. So if I stop rambling, this is where it closes. This is where it opens. You know, move this up and down and see when this cuts out. Okay? So my mind's kind of dead right now. Anyway, what I'm saying here is move the closed threshold. Like, take the open threshold and bump it all the way up here. You know, like, don't even worry about it. Just turn it all the way up. So, okay, don't do that. That was completely backwards of what I thought it was. But yeah. So now you can see, like, it's constantly open. Alright, so I guess you should start with this one. Sorry, I had them a little backwards. And this is going to be where it opens. This is closed, so you can probably... yeah, shut your clothes off. Pick one. Well, it's going to be annoying to do it that way. Anyway... oh, fuck. Anyway, my science for this isn't perfect, and my brain's not here, and I'm trying to rush through it. I should have researched this a little bit more and tried to figure out exactly how these numbers work a little better before going into this, but, I mean, tinker with it. Like I said, mine works just fine default, so I tinkered with it a little bit, but apparently I was doing something aside from what I even thought I was doing. But, like I said, my mic is here, and when I stop talking, the mic's gone. You know, so if you have something in the background, like maybe a bird a little ways away, or birds outside your window or something, they keep your mic lit up, then you might want to use this, or just general noise. I mean, there's electricity going through the wires, cross wires, etc. You're going to have noise in your mic a lot of times. If you want to take that out, use this. Like, let's see if I just take off the noise gate, though. Let's see how it reacts to my mic first off. So, I mean, you can tell that there's noise there. I just try to keep it lower than this audio. But, yeah, then, like I said, I can just put the default noise gate in here. I'm going over it too many times. Who's going to want to watch this? My bad. Alright, so that's 21/9. That's noise gate. Very poorly explained. Are my rewards reset? No, they're not. Excuse me, I haven't been playing this too often. But, I feel like there's something else I wanted to go over. if I think of it, maybe I'll make another short video. I should probably just redo this after like blundering that there, but maybe even actually do it to where I can go through the profile. So if you need to go in between like different crazy things using different sources or different settings, like for profile, for example, you might want to have one for streaming and one for recording. I've seen other people use it this way, so it brings it up. So that way, when you click start streaming, if it's your recording profile, I don't know necessarily why you want two of them, but it won't start streaming because you don't have your stream key in your settings, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Any of these you can change them. Like maybe you have different people that like to use different audio devices. So you can have the different settings in there. Maybe sometimes you want to have added in with your soundboards or whatnot. Other times you don't. Sometimes you want to do different monitors. You want to do different rescale outputs. You know, just use your profile for anything where you want to have two totally different settings and you don't want to go in and constantly change it. And then use scene collections for if you have some, like, here, let's go to Untitled real quick. I don't know how well that worked with the stream, but, oh yeah, see, now my mic, or my camera is sideways and stuff, and this is over on Overwatch. This isn't how I was doing it for Overwatch, but when I was doing a, controller thing, I had my mic, the camera was turned sideways and it was put up on top of a tripod or whatnot, and you know, it was totally different angle on this. But see, now I can have this, so if I want to do those tutorials, I mean, I have to remember exactly where to position that, but you know, and I have like far more settings and stuff in here, and I'm realizing, I don't need all those, so I have it in my Untitled, go back, screw with them later if I want, then come back over here, and this is how I want it for PUBG, not necessarily I have to like move around my camera and whatnot. It's exactly where I want it. I have rambled on long enough. Hopefully you've been helped here somewhere. Use noise gate or don't. 21:9 aspect ratio, 1706. I think is what I'm using. So go check out my notes over here. I have notes somewhere. Oh, I don't message too many people. Yeah, 1706 by 720. Have a good day, dudes. Later.